welcome. So what you don't see is I have all of my yarn around me. Normally I keep all of my yarn underneath this table. I have the fluff to make the stuffed animals right there, but basically I'm going to be going through all of my yarns today. I'm going to be going through also my completed projects and just getting everything organized and written down for the new year, so that way I know what projects I'm going to be working on. And I thought it'd be fun to film it. Honestly, more so that way I can look back on the video and see what projects I wanted to make with everything. So in here we have a lot of things, I feel it. So we have this yarn. I'm making my husband a blanket with this yarn. He is a tall guy, and tall guys don't get blankets very easily, so I wanted to make him one. It's gonna take me probably like 10 years, because every row takes me an hour, because I have to knit 6 hours that way. Sorry, I have to knit 6 feet that way, and then 6 feet that way, and I'm gonna go for 7 feet. But yeah, this is that. This is kind of like my go-to project for when I don't really want to think, and or I'm just like talking to people, because it's very simple. It's literally just straight across. This is a completed project. This is a cute crochet bag that I made before this channel even started. I lined it. I think it's super cute. I have used it out. I think it's really perfect for the spring and summer. I used just like a normal granny stitch. This one was crocheted. So completed project. Okay, so this is something that's pretty cool. Basically, I am making kind of like kitchen foods for my kids one day, so that way they can have. So honestly, they're not like the best, because I was just kind of experimenting with what I could and could not do. So this is a jam, and I actually have a box right here that I can put it in. So let's put that there. I have a pumpkin. I have watermelon, an ice cream cone, a cookie, and I have a waffle. Can you guess what stitch I used for that? Then I have an ice cream scoop. This one you can actually place on top of the other ice cream like that, and like fold it down. And I actually plan to make a lot more foods. If anyone knows any way to attach yarn to a tin, let me know, because I've glued this, I've tried sewing it, it does not want to stay down. The issue with the sewing was that I couldn't get the needle to poke through the tin. But this is going to be a pie once I figure out how to close that. This part's hot glued down, and this part was hot glued down, but it came up. Yeah, super cute. This one I'm not sure if I should pack away or not, because I really want to find a way to secure it. So I'm gonna actually put this to the side. Okay, let's see. So one day when I have kids, I want to make like a cute little crochet mobile. And so this is one of the first parts of that. It's not finished, okay? It has like a lot of parts. But this is going to be a bear. See, it has like all the stuff I need to weave in, but let's just hide that for now. It's gonna be a bear, and it's probably gonna have some trees around it. I kind of know how to make the trees. Like, this is a Christmas tree ornament I made one year, but I probably will do something totally different. But little bear with trees and maybe like a little mountain. I actually recently just made a crochet mobile for my friend, and I can share that some other time. And hers was sea themed, and so I did a bunch of sea animals. Obviously I don't have it with me, but I did take a video of it before I gave it to her. So this is also an incomplete project, so we're gonna put that right here. So this Christmas tree. Honestly, this should go in the Christmas bin, I think. So I'm just gonna leave this to the side so that way I can put it with all the Christmas stuff. And now this cute little gingerbread man. He has a little thread hanging out. Now I don't know if I want this to go in the food bin or the Christmas bin. I think I'll put him with the Christmas stuff. Okay, so that's 2 things for Christmas. And here's my projects to be completed bin. Okay. This dragon literally is only missing eyes. That's it. He is just missing eyes, and then he won't be done. So I'm gonna put him in the incompleted project bin. All right, so this is a dish towel that I just made over the break using the waffle stitch. See, it's not sewn in. Honestly, this one I kind of just want to finish up really quickly and just put away and like to like kind of mark that it's complete, just because it's such a quick solve, you know, it's such a quick thing I can do. That's another thing I want to do. I want to organize all my tools. So a big reason for this is that because, like for this video, is that because for Christmas I obviously got a lot more yarn, and I'm really grateful for it. But I also just need to organize everything and all my tools because it's kind of a mess right now. For weaving in ends, somebody once told me that you just follow wherever the other stitches go. Then you just cut. I like to give it like a little bit of a pull, so that way it's kind of like where it's gonna be. Okay, so I'm about to snip this last one. Nice. Okay, so now the kitchen towel is all woven in. I'm super excited. I thought about like embroidering it with something like really cool, but I think I'm just gonna leave it as is for now. I used mercerized cotton, mercerized, I don't know, one of the two, cotton to make it so that way you can actually use it like as a dishcloth. Later in this video, you're gonna see that I have more of this kind of cotton, and I'm gonna make more dishcloths. Those dishcloths are gonna have like a smaller waffle, like not as big as that, because this one's like a space of 2. So yeah, we'll see how those go. So I'm gonna put this with my other dishcloths. Okay, let's see. Now this is where I'm gonna start writing things down, because everything else was like almost completed projects where you can just kind of see where it's gonna go. Some of this I actually don't know what I'm gonna use it for, so let's just go with the new yarn. Okay, so I was knitting a gauge. Let me unravel that. So I have been a little bit obsessed with the national parks lately. I hope to go to one this year. I don't know if we will, but I'm hoping to. Anyways, so this yarn is Lion's brand Heartland yarn. I really love Lion's brand. Like, it just feels so soft. Like, it, to me, like, I think it's like the best acrylic yarn out there. Like, this is acrylic and it feels acrylic. This is acrylic, but it feels so soft and nice. I love it so much. So this color is, it's like Glass and Volcanic. And so, yep, Glass and Volcanic. And so I have enough of this yarn to make a sweater. So I'm gonna make a sweater from this. I kind of wish like I had like a bag to kind of separate it all. I do have some grocery store bags, but I just don't think that will look good because it's all gonna be in the open right here, you know, where everyone can see. And it looks prettier like just being out. But since it's like all together, I'm actually just gonna put it at the bottom of this. I have like a crate right here. Okay, let's see. Any more? I know I have. All the yarns I'm showing you right now are from Christmas time. So this one is North Cascades. I love this color. So I actually got an extra skein of this color, so that way I can make like a really cool sweater. I don't actually have sweater patterns for these picked out. Originally, I was gonna use the Kutovakika sweater patterns that I just got, but they are DK weight yarn, and I could try to like size it down using the gauge, but I don't know, I might still do that. I'm just not sure. I might try to see if there's any other patterns out there that I might like. Hopefully like free patterns, because I've spent so much money on patterns already. Well, honestly, it's not that much money, but it's a lot of money for me because I'm not a spender. This is so pretty. I love this. Also, I was thinking about like collecting like these tags and doing something with them, but I don't know what I could do with them. Like cutting out this part and then like the name, and this one's Glass and Volcanic. I don't know, I think that'd be cool. Or maybe just like make a page where like that's in big and then you have all the colors underneath it to show that like I've collected them. I have some really cool yarns in here, I'm not gonna lie. So this next yarn, I'm pretty excited to show you guys. It is also Lion's brand, but I saw the prettiest like white and this color cardigan out of it, and I feel like I could do something really pretty with this. But yeah, this one's called, let's see. This one's called Parfait, and it's from the ice cream collection of Lion's brand, and look at that. It literally looks like a real sunset. I love it so much. I love it. So for Christmas, I asked Kurt for more yarn, and I want to try this. I love the Fair Isle effect. I'm honestly kind of afraid to use it after looking on Ravelry at some of the sweaters that have already been made with this. But this is DK weight yarn. It is from King Cole, and it is the Fjord collection. It's a self-patterning Fair Isle effect. And like this is kind of like how it looks like on the package. So I have enough of this to make a sweater, and I'm super nervous about it. I hope it turns out good because it was not cheap. But I just really wanted to try using DK weight because so far I've only used worsted, and I'm just hoping that like, because they had like a blanket in there that was made from it and it looked really cool. When I look on Ravelry at the sweaters, they kind of look like glitchy. I feel like the way that you actually use this is like you do like a strip of like with this, and then you use like a solid pink after that, but I didn't know that when I bought it. So I have enough to make a sweater. I am gonna use it, I just don't know what for. I was thinking I could also make a hat. I mean, some hats, that'd be pretty cool. So this bin is almost full. On to the next yarn. So this yarn is massive. I didn't know how to calculate how much yarn I needed for a sweater, so I got 2 of these. It was like buy one, get one anyways, or buy one, get one 50% off or something like that. But this is the exact yarn I used to make my sweater. And I'm not pregnant and I'm not a mom yet, but my plan for this is to make like a little baby sweater to match mine, only because I've already made a sweater with this yarn, and then and also because I have so much yarn left of it, and to make it like a cute little like matching, I don't know, like having like a little baby one and then mine. And then also I feel like this color is very gender neutral, like it would work on a boy or a girl, because obviously I'm not pregnant, so I don't know what I'm having one day. And then I was thinking I could like put like the word mama on mine, and then put like another, like put like a cute little word on this one, or maybe, I don't know, and then maybe make something else matching from the remaining yarn, like a beanie or like a scarf, because I'm definitely not gonna, if I only used one of these for my sweater, then I think I'm only gonna use one of these to make little, I'm only gonna use like half of this to make like a little baby sweater. So we're gonna put that right there. All right. So I'm gonna do a little box of scrap yarns, which is why I have like this little scrap left, and it's really pretty. I feel like I could crochet that into something like embroidery or something like that. So I'm gonna keep that. So for my first project of the year and my last project of last year, I made the Channel Islands color beanies, and I have this much left of that. Just a little ball yarn. So we're just gonna put that in here. So a project that I want to do is I want to make my grandparents something, like a garment of, like, not a garment, an accessory. And I don't know what yarn I'm gonna use for that yet. Okay, I love this yarn so much, this color. I got it for Christmas. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's so pretty. What do you think I should make with it? I have, it's called Narnia, which I love the book Narnia. And I have 590 yards of it. Oh, this one might be a good little baby sweater. But this one would be like so girly is the issue. I thought about making like a little baby blanket because it's smaller, and I could just do that with one. It's so pretty. I kind of want to do something special with this one, something that I'll use often. Maybe a project bag. Not really sure yet. So we'll put that right there. Okay, so here's another ball of scrap yarn. Basically, with Kurt's blanket that you saw me make earlier, I had attempted it once. Here it is, the attempt, okay? Then I realized that I didn't really like how it was turning out, and so I'm gonna unravel it, and we're just gonna do the dark blue, and it's gonna go to a lighter blue. So part of that baby sweater yarn is gonna go to the end of Kurt's blanket yarn. I'll show you where the medium yarn is. But so I'm gonna have to unravel all this, and then I'll get to use this yarn for something else. So I guess I'm gonna put this in the incompleted projects little bin right here, so that way I can take the time to unravel it and make it into little scrap yarns. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to put like all my new yarn in that bin. I know you can't see it, but in that white crate bin, because they're kind of like projects that haven't even been touched yet. And I only have a few more balls of like untouched yarn, and then the rest is just gonna be chaos to kind of sort out. So let's see. Here, I'm gonna move these two little Christmas items right here. Okay. I think this is gonna be the yarn that I use to make my grandma something, because this color reminds me of her. I think a beanie. So I'm gonna set this one aside, actually probably like right here. So that way I can use that one. I thought I was gonna write this down, I guess not. I guess I just kind of have it in my head, and I can refer back to this video if I need to. Here is another scrap ball of white. So scrap ball yarn section. I have a lot of scrap yarn. Let me go through those. So I have this, another one of these. This was for the baby mobile that I was talking about earlier that I made. I should do something really cool with those because I have so many like nice different shades of ocean colors. A little white ball of yarn. I need like a good scrap yarn project. Maybe like something with granny squares. I really like the granny square blankets. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure though. Honestly, most of this video is just gonna be me rambling and winding up yarn. Okay? So I have little green, a little bit of white, this really pretty teal color. This one I have a little bit more of. This would be good like as an accent on one of the beanies that I'm gonna make. I think I'm gonna set that aside. My goal is to kind of make the beanies sooner rather than later, and then to send them out probably by the end of the month. They will be my project during my lunch break. This is a really pretty color. I don't even know what I could do with this. If you guys have any scrap projects, let me know. I am in desperate need, as you can see. Honestly, I'm going to intentionally leave this video a little bit more unedited and longer because a lot of people do like videos like this, and I always want to see like the little yarns that they always like cut out of the video.
Oh my gosh.
I'm organizing all my yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little messy.
You got a lot of yarn.
Yes, I do.
Isn't it nice?
I know. Can you take a picture of me?
Do you have your phone?
I'm recording on my phone. All right, now that Kurt's door is closed, I can talk again. He's playing D&D right now, and so you can kind of hear everything. Okay, so I actually got this yarn for my birthday, and then I got this yarn for Christmas, which is perfect. So now I can make something bigger out of this. But what's the bigger thing? I don't know. So I kind of decided something. Okay, I'm gonna put my bigger like leftover yarn in here, and yeah, so that way it kind of has a place to go, because some of this is, you know, kind of bigger like this. You know, that's pretty massive, so we're gonna put that in there. And then this other scrap yarn is just gonna be for small yarn, so I'm gonna move this one over. I might put some of my unused yarns in here too to kind of save space in my white bin because it's getting quite full. Or I guess I could probably just fit it all in one. It's so hard. Okay, so this is my dishcloth fabric that I was using. I'm gonna make 2 more dishcloths. Here's 1 and here's 2. There we go. So what's really cool is I don't know if I already said this or not, so I'm just gonna say it again. So what's really cool is I got this yarn for Christmas and then this yarn for my birthday, and they're the same yarn except for inverted, which is really good because wherever this one ends, this one starts, if that makes sense. And so I'm gonna make something really cool with it. I was thinking like a mermaid's tail, or I don't know, something magical. But then it's like one of those things where it's like, I might not even have a girl one day. I mean, maybe I will. Because this one like kind of makes me think I could do something really cool for like a kid. I have like about 328 plus 328, so like 656 yards of yarn for this. So let me know if you can think of something that I can do with these. It's so sparkly and pretty. I love it so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it though. Decisions. All right, so this one is gonna be for Kurt's blanket. Like basically I'm gonna create this, like after the blanket is completed, I'm gonna do some detailing on the top of it that's like personal to him, embroider it, and it's gonna be a lot of embroidering. So I'm actually gonna save this and put this with Kurt's blanket project, so that way it's all together. Okay, so now we have the bigger unraveled yarns here. Okay, I made a beanie out of this, and I feel like I made something for my office out of this. What did I make? Oh, no. This was for the baby mobile that I was talking about earlier. I made some like jellyfish and starfish, but here's the thing about the jellyfish and starfish. I didn't actually put them on the mobile because she ended up having a boy, and this is like super pink and peachy. I don't know if you can really see the color on the camera. So I have those somewhere. I don't know where I put those actually. Oh, I know where I put them. I have a basket of completed projects like up there, and they have like flowers, and so I think they're in there. And it's, oh, okay, that's where I can put this. So this is a hat that I finished. I kind of made it just for fun. It's supposed to be kind of like, you know, like all cloud on top and then a rainbow at the bottom. I feel like you can't really see it in this lighting. Yeah, it's super cute. I might gift this to someone, but I don't know. But this is how it looks. I know I have the claw clip in the back, so it might not actually work. I feel like this color, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't look super cute on me, which is part of the reason why I want to give it to someone else. I feel like it would look a lot cuter on somebody else, or I could save it for one of my kids one day. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I think it's a really cute concept though. I think somebody out there would appreciate the clouds and the rainbow rim. So I'm gonna put that with the completed projects. Okay. So with that, do you remember the rainbow rim I just showed you? I have that yarn here somewhere. I thought I did. Ah, here we go. So this is gonna go into this, and it's gonna be full of the yarn, the bigger leftover yarn. See, that's the color. And then here's the cloud part, the leftover part of the cloud part. What? Oh, this is the needle. Oh, good. Now I have both needles. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the cloud part. I love the texture of this yarn. It's so soft. So that's gonna go right there. I feel like this would be a good yarn to use for the grandparent project I was talking about earlier. But it looks like I just have the colors for the grandmas. Or specifically, I'm actually just gonna make it for my grandparents that I don't really see, because they always make an effort to like write letters, but they don't really ever get gifts. And the grandparents that I do see in real life, they, like, you know, we always give them gifts for Christmas. And so I kind of wanted to do a gift for them, just like as a thank you. You know, because they don't typically get physical items from us. So this, I'm planning on making one for, let's see, I have 2 grandmas and a grandpa and my aunt. So that is 4 people that I want to make things for. So we're gonna put that right there. Okay, I love this yarn so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yarn either. Honestly, I'm not writing much down because everything that I have a project for in mind is untouched in that bin. And I already know what it's gonna be for. And then these ones, I don't really know. But yeah, it's really pretty. I love all the different colors of pinks and purples. Anything that looks like a sunset is like a good yarn. For me, with yarn, I'm just kind of like, if I can't buy it, or sorry, if I can't buy a garment like that in the supermarket, if I can't buy a garment like that, then it incentivizes me even more to make it. So the yarn that I was just kind of like raveling, I realized is still on a needle. I was originally making a baby blanket for the friend that I thought was having a girl, but obviously she's not having a girl anymore. I still might make it, complete it into a blanket. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then obviously it's like rolled up. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it into a blanket. And then if anyone else I know has a girl, I'll give it to them. Or if I have a girl, I'll keep it. Oh, another little scrap yarn. I have so much scrap yarn. See, this is what I used to make the Oreo, and I plan to make more Oreos. Here's the Oreo filling yarn. Kind of feel like I should put those yarns. I don't know, they're like, you know what, I am gonna put them in this bucket right here. Not the scrap yarn bucket, because I do have projects in mind for them. Pod yarn. This is like a very sturdy, rough yarn. It honestly feels more like a cord than anything, and I don't know what to do with this. I used it to actually make to hang the baby mobile, because it's very sturdy. It's just not gonna come undone. I don't know what to do with the rest of it though. It kind of feels like something that you'd feel like on the end of a curtain. Or like rope. It actually just feels like rope. That is the word I'm looking for. Okay, so we have, I'm just gonna put that right here. So I'm making the Alma mittens right now, and I'm gonna use this red yarn to remake them in red and white. And I'll probably use some of that white yarn from Kurt's blanket. So right now here are the Alma mittens. This is the progress. This is one mitten. And so this color yarn, I have a whole big ball of yarn. It's the Lions brand yarn. I'm gonna use this to finish this mitten, make the other mitten, and be the center of that blanket, and I think make a beanie for my grandpa. So this yarn has so much to do. I wonder if there's a way that I can cut it and like segment it, because mittens just don't take that much yarn. Let's see, I'm gonna try. This might be a mistake, but worst case scenario, I can just always add more yarn. I'll be right back. So my thought with rolling this yarn is I'm going to try to make it as big as like some skeins of yarn that I already have, and just hope that that's going to be enough, because I think one skein of those yarns would make 2 mittens, and I say that because I'm also using the white, and so it's not like I'm just relying on this. But to be fair, I guess you're using the blue the whole time because it's in the back. So I guess a little bit bigger than like a normal skein of yarn. And then I'm going to section out another skein of yarn, or what I think is an appropriate amount of yarn, to make a beanie, which is like half a skein of the Lions brand yarn, the National Parks yarn, because one of the National Parks yarn made the 2 beanies. You know what? I'm actually smarter than this. So 50 grams of yarn, I know, was what it said in the pattern to make the mitten. So if it's 50 grams of yarn, and I have 50 grams of yarn ball right here, so I know it would need to be like about that big. So that's what I'm aiming for. And we already have half a mitten done, so I'm confident that this plan will work. And then now finding out how much I'll need for the beanie will probably be a little bit bigger than that. I'm gonna take a little cookie break. I love cookies so much. So I haven't actually been able to eat cookies for like about 6 months. And so just eating a cookie is just so good now. My grandma brought these for Christmas. Have you ever seen a more delicious looking cookie in your whole entire life. Oh my gosh. They taste just like the Starbucks peppermint mocha, but like in a cookie, and this part is white chocolate. It's so good. This is my dream cookie. If I had to add anything to it, it'd probably be like a peanut. Like, I love peanuts in chocolate, but this is like as good as it gets. I don't think that the world can create a better cookie, and it has like this rich chocolate chunks in it, and oh, it's so good. So yeah, I'm going to be enjoying this. Even now, I still can't enjoy like foods like this too often, but this is my thing of the day. That's as good as it gets. I am back from my cookie break, and I've still been winding this up. I was watching the Billie Eilish Vanity Fair video that comes out every year. I think that is just such a cool experiment, because you can see how much she's grown over the years, and I don't know, this year's was like particularly wholesome, which made me really happy for her. So this bin is pretty full. I'm gonna show you a video of it. I was thinking that it'd be really cool to do something with this color for the beanies I'm gonna make, so I'm gonna put that right here too. So this is a new skein of yarn. It obviously won't fit in that one, so I'm just gonna put it in the big skein of yarn pile that I have right here with the little bow bag. And so I got 2 of these because I love this color yellow, but I was naive. I really thought that I could make a sweater with 2 skeins of yarn, and you can, like if you do like a really loose like crochet one, but I really like the really tightly knitted ones. So that's my naivety. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it now. I might honestly do something where it's like half is like one color, half of the sweater, like the top half is like one color and the rest is like a different color. Or I might just get more of those yarns. I'm not sure. My goal is to not buy too much more yarn this year. I think I'm gonna buy some more white yarn. And then if we go to a national park, I wanna buy the national park yarn and make that a video where I either knit in the park with that yarn or I wear that yarn garment to the park. So we'll have to see what I end up doing with that. This yarn is so soft. Like, it is incredibly soft. This is another yarn that I don't know what I'm gonna do with. Honestly, I really just struggle with the colorful yarns, like these 2. They're so pretty. Like, I want to do something with them, but I just don't know of colorful projects that I can do right now. So I'm gonna put both of these right here. This one might end up being a beanie. Like, I could see my, like, I honestly don't know my aunt's fashion taste that well, but from how I picture her, I could see her wearing this. There have been some really pretty shawls on Ravelry with this yarn. I might just get another one of this yarn and make one of those shawls. I really want it to be something that I'll wear often, and I don't think I've ever really worn, or I don't tend to reach for shawls. Or I could make it into like a cute little summer top, or like a magical colorful dragon would be super cool. The issue with the colorful yarns, I think, is like there's too many options of what to do with them. And so I'm like, I could also make like a little yarn bag. I don't know. We'll have to see what I do with that one. We have more of the, what is it called? The scrap yarn. This one's green. I feel like I could use this for like the stem of a flower. Okay, so here is part of an Oreo cookie that's in progress. Since the Oreo cookie yarn is going into the scrap bin, I'm gonna put it, oh wait, is it? Oh no, it's in that bin. I am gonna put this in the scrap bin though, just because we'll see if I actually end up making Oreo cookies from it. Another brown yarn. The brown yarn I was using to make like the brown part of the sunflowers. I have like a million of these like little white yarns because you just use white for so much. Green yarn, perfect for flower. So I guess I can make some flowers, which is cool. I guess I don't really have the top part of a flower color. Like I don't really have that many like solid base colors. And the red that I have I'm gonna use for the mittens. I've already decided that. Unless I unravel some of these little scrap things, you'll see. And then I can make more flowers because I still have the stuffing. More Oreo filling scrap yarn. I don't know if this is even long enough to use for anything. Worst case scenario, because it's so soft, I'll just use it for stuffing. More of this beautiful blue yarn. Maybe I can make like blue flowers because I have so much scrap blue. And white, blue and white. That would be really cute. Blue. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make, and I can learn like a new blue flower to make. I think I'm gonna give away my flowers before we move, just to people that I've really appreciated in this cute town. Now this is like a scrap ball of yarn, right? But I'm gonna keep this with Kurt's blanket because it's the same color. And we'll need as much of that as we can get. See how pretty this blue is? I love it. Half this video is like, ooh, so pretty, I love it. I do have some scraps I can get rid of, so I'm gonna put those to the side. Like they're just not long enough to do anything with. Yeah, here we go. So I have more of this green yarn. That crochet bag I showed you earlier, this is the leftover of that yarn. It's so pretty. I really want to do something with this because it's so soft. This one was so much fun to knit with, or sorry, to crochet with, because like every granny square part revealed like a different color, and it was just like something that you could always look forward to. That one like flew by. Like, see, I think this piece is probably too short, but I'm still gonna keep it because I think I could probably like use it for embroidery, like to embroider something really short. I don't know, too short. Here we have some black yarn. I wonder if I should just use this black yarn to make the eyes of the dragon I showed you earlier. The reason why I say that is because when I was trying to put in the eyes before, I got the eyes after I made the dragon because it was my very first, I think it's called like amigurumi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that was my first one. And so, yeah, I didn't know you're supposed to do the eyes as you make it. And so I don't know, I'll probably just use some of this in like embroider, like some cute expression, kind of like more of an emoji expression onto the dragon. I think that would be really cute. Or if I have any leftover of that purple yarn, I could use that for the facial features, but I don't think I have any left of that because I used that for flowers. Like I made a bunch of tulips with that yarn. You know, there's so many like mini skeins and everything. I just don't think I could even count all the yarn. If somebody has more patience than I do, you could technically go through this video and count all the yarn because I am not leaving anything out. I think, at least. Nice. Now that one's done. I really like wool, and I actually touched superwash wool for the first time while I was at a yarn shop in person. And it's so soft. Like, I was really surprised. Like, but the wool that I have, the one that I got in Iceland, it's not soft at all. It's this one. Here, let me take out these little scrap yarns that are with it. And it's kind of itchy. It's the Litlopi, but this one's made from Icelandic wool. So that's why I got it. And so I made like these cute little hearts for people in my office, and I made a bookmark actually. It's right here. And this was my first time ever trying color work. That's why in the sweater video I'm like, this is my first time, this is my first completed garment, because this was technically my first completed knit project. But since it's made from wool, I actually need to block this, and I haven't blocked this yet. I don't know how to block something this small. Maybe it's easier. But yeah, so this is like what I made with it. I think it's so cute. I love it so much. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe, and this is supposed to be a bookmark, by the way. So I'm like, maybe I could actually, you know, I'm gonna put this in the incompleted projects pile, so that way I can remember to block it. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know what to do with the rest of this, because I don't want to make a garment because it's just so itchy. That's why I'm not using it for the mittens. But I don't want to use it on like flowers or anything, because it's like, it's meaningful. Like Iceland was probably one of the best trips like of my whole life, and I'll probably never go on a trip like that again. Maybe I will, but that was just such a beautiful trip. Like it really just showed me like everything that God does in nature, and like it gave me like the greatest appreciation for nature I've ever had. And I already appreciate the nature. Like I chose my college because it had a mountain and a waterfall, but so I don't know what to do with this. Like I feel like it has to be something like kind of Icelandic that'd be meaningful. I mean, I do have the bookmark, which is nice. I also thought about like making like a back to this, and then like putting some cardboard in between, so that way I can kind of unfurl. But hopefully a lot of that goes away with blocking. This was my very first color work, so I feel like my tension could have been bad, and maybe that's why it's furling so much. But again, I think it's just because it's unblocked. So yeah, if you could think of something special I could do with this, and I actually have two of these. I have the red, and then I have a blue somewhere, but I'm not seeing it right now. Oh gosh, that means I probably have some more yarn somewhere else. Oh no, it's right here. I was about to say, I was like, I think this is all yarn. Yep, see, and then here's the blue. It's really nice. I put these ones in bags because I know the difference between like wool and acrylic, like another difference is like wool attracts moths, and I really don't want these to be eaten up. Like that would really suck. We have another ball of white yarn. The good thing is that I have a lot of projects that need white yarn. Like I want to do something with the white yarn and the colorful yarn, and do something like where like the pattern is in the colorful yarn and it just kind of reveals itself like through the many colors. I think that'd be super cool. Maybe like do something like a Bible lesson like that, like with the rainbow. So, okay, so here's one granny square I have. It's a sunflower. Here, where can I put this? I feel like this is gonna end up being part of a bigger project, so it should probably have its own box because of the granny squares that I'm gonna make with all the scrap stuff. So I'm gonna put that right there. Maybe I'll just end up doing like a bunch of different flowers like that with like different centers. This was the top to a crab, and then we found out the gender. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this now. So this is kind of like my bag of, I don't know, because I also have the little, like, I didn't actually get to starfishify these, but little, I guess they kind of look like flowers right now. And I have two of those that I didn't use. So I'll probably put these in the incomplete bin and try to think of a cool project with them. Then like one day I was bored, and then I made these like flat flowers. And so I don't know what I'm gonna do with these either. I don't know, maybe like I could do like a different color and kind of like put them together into something. Or maybe I could put like more detail into these and like make them super pretty. And yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. And like practice like embroidery on these. This is actually a rose. It's just not glued together. And so now I know that I have like some of the green stems for that. So I'm gonna put this in the incomplete bin so that way I can finish it. See, so that's how it looks. It's kind of falling apart because it's not glued together, but kind of like that. So I'll glue that one together. I don't know what to do with like a semicircle. We'll put this in the incomplete bin. I have all of these plastic bags because this is what I was holding the different crochet projects in to keep all the yarn separated while I worked on them. And when I was talking about collecting these things, I really just meant for the Heartland yarns. I don't really care about the other yarns as much. I'm sorry. So this is gonna go into a little mini skein pile. I'm just gonna put the plastic bags inside of this bag that I got with the Amazon gift that I got for Christmas. So that way I can reuse these for projects and separate out stuff again in the future. Especially because I'm going to be making that, woodland baby mobile. Wow, okay, wait, I have all these greens. Like, this could probably end up being like a cute little tree for that. And I like that I have a variety of greens. Like, I can make like a light green and then with the dark green. Oh, and then I have the brown. Okay, it's all coming together. Okay, so this was supposed to be a sunflower and then with the little, you know, yellow that goes around it. But I ran out of yellow. And the yellow that I used before was super bright. It was this yellow. Not that it looks like this, but, and see, this yellow is like a little dark. I mean, it would still pass though, but it would just look a little bit more faded. I'm gonna put this in the incomplete pile. So this, I was making something for my book. I was making like a real life version of something in my book, and I finished one leaf. And then I had done more leaves, but I decided to unravel these and give a skein to my brother of this because this color really reminds me of him. So I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this like one, I guess now it's a leaf. I don't know. This one individual. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be creative in how I use some of these things. Or I could unravel it and I could make it into something. No, that wouldn't really work. I was thinking for the mobile. Here's another front part to a sunflower that's gonna go in the incomplete bin, and then more little greens. This is good. I feel like I'm having more of a plan, specifically for the mobiles. I didn't realize I had this many colors for it. Oh my gosh, I have like a whole thing of blue here too. I wonder if I could do something like I could do a cloud because of all the white I have. I think I'm gonna do a cloud in it. I don't know if I have enough brown to do a mountain though. I kind of want to do a mountain. Well, actually that brown's a little bit too dark. I have a lighter brown. This brown I can use to make a mountain. I know I was going to use some of this for a beanie, and I probably will still do that, but I should still have some left over. This is the yarn that I used to make gingerbread for everyone in my office, and that's why I had one gingerbread left over for myself that I put with the Christmas stuff. Yeah, so this is perfect for a mountain. Okay, here's like a whole pile of different blues. This is like a light blue, like a sky blue. I use this to make baby socks for my pastor's wife, who is just such a sweet, amazing, kind person. She actually leads the team that I serve on, and it is like such a pretty blue. It just really reminded me of her. Then there's this darker sky blue. I guess this is more of an ocean blue. It kind of makes me think of like how people paint like beaches in Florida. Or like the Virgin Islands. It got stuck on my finger, but look. We are, oh, this blue, okay. So this yarn I actually used for my best friend's baby blanket because she's actually about to give birth like in a month. But I was just so excited for their baby, and so I decided to buy this yarn, and it turned out so perfect. Like I had never used this yarn before. I actually don't remember what it was called. It's called like the something twist yarn. I think it was from Baby Bee, but I'm not confident on that though. And it's so cute. It's like this blue mixed in with this white, and I did a waffle stitch, and it just came out so cloudy and perfect for their, and it like they have an ocean themed room, and so pretty. Oh, I love this blue. This is like a really light blue. So because I had learned how to make baby socks for my pastor's wife, I decided to make some of my own for myself for the future. And even though like for the future, and so I made mine out of these, even though they are unused right now. Hopefully they will be used in the future. But I have two little things of this. I don't remember how many of these yarns it took me to make a baby sock. I think it honestly was just one mini skein for both socks, but don't quote me on that. And then I have more white yarn. Hopefully you guys are enjoying like all the different projects that I've worked on that I'm able to tell you guys about, and seeing all the different colors I have. My goal is to like really use my stash this year. Oh, that was a short one. I definitely have enough of this blue yarn to make flowers. I didn't realize I had so much of this. That's why it's so good to like collect all your yarns together and reorganize, so that way you can actually see what you have. It is the perfect start to the new year to just get everything organized. But holy moly, I have so many scrap yarns. Because this is again from the, what was this one for? This one was for the crab. No, because the crab was light like this. This is dark. Maybe this was for the, oh, the seahorse or the jelly. It was for the jellyfish. That's what it was for. The one that I decided to keep. Or was it for that? Now I'm like doubting myself. Or white yarn. This could be like the cute little like mountain peak. Like to make like little snowy mountains. I think snowy mountains are so pretty. Something that I really want to do this year is get more into nature. I also want to cook like heartier meals. Somebody said the word like hearty meals, and that really like resonated with me. Like I want to make filling, healthy, nutritional meals this year, and learn how to cook those. I've been doing a lot better with that. Trying different recipes. Like I really like green bean tortillas right now. Spaghetti squash. I pretty much eat spaghetti squash like every day. Chickpea pasta. Okay, now we get to fold up this plastic bag. It's kind of embarrassing how many plastic bags I've used, but actually, so this is what I use the plastic bags for. Do you see the Spider-Man project in there? How it's all contained within it? I will say, this is not supposed to be in there. I don't know what this is. This was, I think, going to be the mouth of a shark. I made a different shark in the end. So I'm going to move that to the incomplete project pile. I'm going to move this to the incomplete project pile. This is just like yarns that I haven't used. I think I'm gonna put an extra one of these reds and blues with the Spider-Man project so that way I don't run out. Little black sparkly yarn. White yarn. Okay, white yarn goes in there. So let's see, what other goals do I have for this year? I want to pray every day, and I want to write in my prayer journal about it every day. I want to continue to grow my relationship with God. I want to be a little bit more settled where we, like in our community and in our town, because we are going to be moving somewhere new. I want to plan a really fun trip to a national park. I want to knit. I want to knit 3 sweaters. Maybe 4. I think 4 sweaters. So that would be 1 sweater every 3 months. I've had the best winter break. I went to go see Christmas lights. We had a gingerbread decorating competition. You know, just so many fun things happened. I'm really happy that we had a lot of time with family. I never want to take being able to see family for granted. Oh, this is a long thing of yarn. I'm surprised. I didn't realize I had this much red left anywhere. Whew. Oh, you know why? So I had like made a strap to like this purse, and I undid it because it didn't really look the best, like because I was still learning how to do purse straps, so it didn't really look too good. And so I don't know, I'll probably do something with this. I don't know if I'm gonna just add a zipper here and make it like a pouch. So I'm gonna put that in incomplete. I might just give it a strap. This one I think I'm definitely gonna turn into a patch because I think it's super cute. I really like the white and blue line. Or I might just unravel them. Or I guess in this community it's called frogging. Might just frog them. And the reason why I frog them is that because I made them when I was really new to crochet. I was making headbands for our Iceland trip, and I had like a lot of yarn left over from that, like, which is why they're all like Iceland colors. And I wasn't planning on getting any more yarn or doing any more yarn art stuff, and I didn't know how to knit. And so I was like, you know what, let me just make a square. And so I made a square, and then I folded well, actually I made a rectangle, and then I folded the rectangle in half and made a purse. And now I actually like doing yarn stuff, and so I might unravel it and make some flowers because red is just so pretty for the flowers. Oh, that one's fun. Turned out that big. I'm still gonna put this in the scrap yarn because I don't think it's big enough to go in that pile. We have more of that rope yarn. So I made these little balls, and I was planning on making them into cats, but I don't know if I'm still gonna do that. I might make them into a different animal. Here, let me clear this out. Oh, look, another gray little scrap. So I'll put these ones right here. But yeah, I have a little blue cat, another gray cat. I like this yarn because it's super soft, which is why I even chose to make it into like a stuffy. Then I have this yarn to make this white cat. Honestly, I will not need that much to finish this white cat, so I'm just gonna take out some of these to put with the scrap white yarn pile, so that way I know I can make it into flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know what this was for. It's just a circle. So we're gonna put this in the unfinished circle thing. Maybe I'll put all the circles together and make them into like a cool little blanket thing. Oh, this one I was trying to make a sock for the first time, and I could not get the magic circle hole to close, and then I ended up losing this sock pattern. It was just on YouTube, and so then I never finished it. So we'll just put this one with the unfinished. Maybe this could be like the center of a flower or something, or a snowball. I don't know. I really don't know for that one. Anyways, here's the cat, the white cat I had shown earlier. And then we're gonna keep a little bit of this color. Just I won't need this much yarn for that cat because I just need to make the ears and the tail, and then it'll be done. So I'll just put this one little yarn ball with it, keep it together. Then with these cat yarns, I also have the gray yarn that I used for the big cat, so I'm going to keep that right here too because I have 2 gray cats. I don't know how much of that I'm going to use. Then I have more gray yarn. It's not going to go on the cats because that other yarn should be enough, so I'm just going to take these out of the bag and put this into my bigger yarn pile right here. This one's going to go in the scrap yarn pile because it's really small. And this one will probably, I don't know. Well, we're just gonna put that to the side for now. And then I have this little black one. This one I should probably keep with the dragon to make the eyes. I'm gonna do that. I will say I'm making really good progress on keeping everything organized and sorted. This is gonna help me a lot because these scrap yarns will be good for like granny squares and embroidery. And then these new yarns are pretty much all sweaters. And then this yarn can just be for like unplanned projects. Okay, I still haven't finished rolling this yarn, so let me keep rolling this a little bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a little bit more. And then I think that should be good for half a mitten and then the other half of a mitten. I'll tell you if I have too much because I am making a video making the colorwork mittens. So for the mittens, I have another ball of white yarn and this. So I am like good on white yarn, I think. I almost bought more white yarn when I got the North Cascades yarn and everything. Because I can always think of projects with the white yarn, like the cardigan that's gonna be with the sunset colored yarn and the white yarn. Okay, I think that should be good for the mittens. And we're just gonna keep that. Actually, I think I'm gonna move it to one of my project bags because that way I can use this bigger bag to put Kurt's blanket in because this is a smaller project. So we're gonna use this strawberry bag to move the mittens into. Nice. Okay, that's a good size. See? Okay. And then now in this bag, I'm gonna start putting Kurt's balls of yarn in here. You know what? I put one of the colors of balls of yarn for his blanket, I think, in here earlier, and I'm gonna move it out. Here it is. This will go in here so I can reserve it and not use it for anything else. And then this yarn will go in here too. I love them so much. And then I'll put this massive ball of yarn in there too. So this is for the stems of the flowers. I don't know where I'm gonna, oh, I'll probably put this in the other room with some of my other craft supplies. So I'm gonna put that to the side. More green yarn. Red yarn. So red flowers, blue flowers, white flowers. I didn't realize I had so much green yarn because I kind of stopped making flowers because I thought I was out of green yarn. Oh, or I could use the red yarn to make strawberries for the food pile. I'll have to think of more foods to make, like normal foods too. I can make a banana with the yellow yarn that I thought I was gonna make a sweater out of. I don't think that's banana colored enough. It's like a paler yellow. Can make cherries. Maybe I can make blueberries out of this. Oh, this is the dark blue yarn for the cat ears and tail of the little dark blue cat. So I'm actually gonna keep it over there. Happy I found this because I am not gonna get more of this yarn for such a small project. There we go. I found another one of those flower things. We're gonna put that to the side. We have more Oreo parts right here. Little brown scrap. Yay, and now this big ball of yarn is free. So now I'm gonna start rolling for the beanie. Luckily, I won't be using this for the blanket part for a hot second. So if I need any more for either the beanie or for the mittens, I can just always grab some from it. So believe it or not, when I was like rolling this up, it just decided to end on its own. Do you see how like frayed that edge is? So I'm just gonna hope that this is like enough for a beanie. And look, it's about the same size as this other one. So I think it is. So that was like perfect. It's a little bright, sorry. Okay. And so that means this whole big thing of yarn is gonna go into Kurt's blanket yarn pile. And this will be like, this will be really important to get that 7 feet. So there's his. Ooh, that's hefty. Okay, let's see. You know, I didn't even use this journal at all. That's crazy. So I guess I'll just put that back because we're almost done. Okay, another green yarn. I bet you guys are really loving this green yarn. Totally haven't lost excitement for it at all. Okay. We have a red yarn. There is not that much left. This is crazy. Compared to where we were. Okay. Now this is a project I don't know what to do with. This is, so when I first started in Kurt, I knitted or crocheted him a scarf and it was so bad. It was like, anyways, I ended up redoing it, and when I redid it, I got some of this out. I guess that was my first completed garment. Or did I crochet that? Actually, I crocheted it because the reason why I was going like this is that because I wasn't adding the loop on the end. So I don't know what to do with this. It's super fluffy. This would be like perfect, like, because I didn't know about like bulky versus like DK versus worsted weight yarn. So I didn't know that that like impacted it. And so this is like super bulky. This would be good for like a stuffed animal. We're gonna put this right here. Okay. A little black yarn. And then when I'm done, I'll show you guys everything. The one thing I didn't do yet is actually organize my tools. So I guess I'll do that next. I ordered some more wires on Amazon with some Christmas money because I realized that being limited to only 4 projects, knitting projects at a time, is so hard. Like, I honestly still have like 3 wires that I can use, but over the break when I was doing, when I just had like a lot of ideas running through my head, I wanted to cast on like 7 different projects, but I didn't have enough. And I don't know, I like working on different things. Right now, I'm really only knitting Kurt's blanket and the mittens, but I wanted to do like the 2 sweaters and, you know, knit the gauge for that to try to see if I could do the Kutabo Kika patterns I had bought. The 2 patterns that I bought, by the way, were, I think it's called Maybe Forever sweater, and then I got the Basically Perfect sweater. I kind of went for more simple patterns, and then I got my dream sweater pattern, which is the Salty Days pattern, because I was doing like I was following along with the advent calendar discounts, and so I was buying them as I knew what I was going to buy ahead of time, and so I was so grateful that all the ones that I wanted went on sale. Something that I really want to knit is socks, but you can't, it's so hard to do the magic loop with those. Like with the beanies, those tend to be pretty easy, but with the socks, they're just so small. I think you really do need like the 4 needles that go like that. And I don't know if I want to spend all of my Christmas money on knitting stuff because I really like it, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to need to get this year. Like from my Christmas money, I bought all that yarn, and then I bought the National Parks yarn, and then I bought more interchangeable needle stuff, and then I actually, was that either with my birthday money or with my Christmas money, I bought the wooden needle set, because I have a metal needle set, and that's good for some projects, but I needed the wooden one so that way I could, well, the metal needle set actually doesn't have like the sizes of the needles on them, like, unless they're like, so I have no clue what size they are. And when you're following a pattern, that makes it a little hard. And the other thing too is like the wire isn't as bendy, so it's harder to do the magic loop. Oh, there's like a little baby knot in there. I don't think it's noticeable though. Now this knot is like super noticeable. Let's see if I can get that out. Boom. Okay, more of that crab yarn. One more piece of that crab yarn. And I'll show you guys everything at the end. Sandwich bag. Oh, some more of that blue yarn that I'm using for Kurt's blanket. Pink yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do with pink yarn because look at how little this is. It's like a little... This, I think, is just going to be an embroidery practice of sorts. Okay, I only have 3 more plastic bags to go through. Okay, so this one is that same sparkly yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but we're going to put it right here in this pile. The light blue yarn that I used for the socks. I don't know. I really need to come up with something really cool. Because I have like a whole box of scrap yarn now. I was not expecting it to be that much. Because they've all been spread out throughout these bags. Oh, that's cute. This one is like tweed cream yarn. So we'll put that there. It's not very soft though. This is gray yarn. This one is very soft, like to the point where it breaks apart. This is actually part of that baby blanket yarn that I had earlier. I remember I had a reason for separating out this gray yarn. I think I was planning on making like a little gray cat from it. But I decided not to, just because I haven't finished all those gray cats, and I started those like the beginning of last year. It would be a cute cat yarn though, look at that. So fluffy and fuzzy. Oh, more gray yarn. Yeah, I think it was for a cat because that would have been the ears and then this would have been the tail. So I have this scrap because I ended up trying to make the purse strap from the granny stitches, but it made it like all wavy. This one might be a cute little flower pattern that I could do, but either way I need to frog this before I make it into anything, so I'm putting this in the unfinished pile so that way I can frog it. Okay, more white yarn. The one thing about all this yarn is like it makes my nose like super like itchy, like I'm gonna sneeze. A scrap yarn. Another white ball of yarn. Another mini white ball of yarn. Okay, this is a big green one. I'm so grateful I have this much green because I'm gonna make like all these cute little trees. I kind of want to get started on that right now, but I know I need to work on the beanies. I don't know, I think after this video I'm gonna get started on the green trees just because I'm excited for it, and you have to work on what you're excited about, you know? I'm so excited. It'll give me a little bit more motivation too, because sewing on all the stuff for the bear, like I had to re-sew those ears so many times just because the placement kept turning out to be wrong. So I think it'll be nice to have a no-sew project, and it'll make the mobile feel a little bit more complete. And plus there's no deadline on it, right now at least, you know. Oh, this is such a nice ball of green yarn. Dang, this is actually like a lot. And then I actually only have one ball of yarn left, and then that'll be everything for that, but then I need to go through my knitting tools. I might make that a separate video actually. I'm calling it Organizing My Knitting Tools. I think this one's going to be called An Honest Stash something. I don't know. Because honestly, like, what's the difference between this and a stream at this point? With how long this is. I like hearing my husband laugh in the background. Look. Boom. Now let me fold up this plastic bag. Now we're on our last ball of yarn. Can you believe it? And then I'll show you guys how I organized everything. Oh, I found another Oreo piece. And 2 little stitch markers. I found this orange cat project, okay? So maybe it wasn't one more ball of yarn, but now we're actually at the final ball of yarn. This is like a black fluffy fabric. It's different than the one that I showed you earlier that I had made of Kurt's scarf. This one was a gift from my sister because she had used it. I gave her some yarn to make. She's so awesome. She literally it was one of her very first times crocheting, and she free-handed an elephant, and it actually turned out good, which is crazy. But yeah, so I have like this thicker yarn. It looks like sweater material. Like this would be so perfect to make a sweater, but there's not sweater quantity. This one might end up being a scarf. This is gonna go into this little bag. This little box thing right here. But hey, that freed up this bag, so I'm gonna fold this and use it for something else. Put that away. And then in the next video, I'm gonna go through all of my knitting stuff and we're gonna organize that together. It will be a lot shorter than this video for sure. So, are you ready for the final overview of everything that I organized? So this is the bow bin that has all the bigger skeins of yarn that have like been used and some of the ones that haven't been used. These these actually have like quantity. This is my unfinished project bin. This is gonna go with the craft stuff. That's gonna go with the finished project stuff or just in my closet. This is gonna hold the granny squares that I make. Look at how many scrap yarns I have. This is knitting tools. This is the food. And then this is the new yarns that I have projects for. This is a yarn that I'm probably gonna, I don't know, wait, where did the other needle of this one go? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I'll find a project bag for that one. Actually, I have one over there that I can get. Then this is all my cats. This is the project bag where I put the mittens. This is the yarn that I don't have a use for. Then this is the beanie yarn. Then this is the beanie yarn. And then these are like the most beautiful flowers. And then this is my completed yarn basket that I was talking about earlier with the different flowers. This doesn't have everything that I've completed, but it does have some of it. Let's see if I can find the jellyfish in here. Oh, look, chicken coasters. But what else? As you can tell, I did a lot more crochet. Oh, here's the jellyfish. Oh, this is not the jellyfish color, that earlier yarn. Yeah, that earlier yarn is just gonna have to remain a mystery then. Thank you so much for joining me as I went through all these yarns. I hope you enjoyed having something to listen to while you're perhaps knitting your own projects or just catching up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!